They say that even a second is an eternity in Formula One, so going 4 winter months with no racing at all has seemed a very long time indeed. We're back though in Melbourne, home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. I'm joined today in the commentary box, as I will be throughout this season, by a great racing driver, a former F1 competitor, man who was world champion once upon a time as well, and an all-round top chap. It's the one and only Anthony Davidson. And tell me, here we are, first Grand Prix of the season, the first time racing these cars. So what are the big questions that need to be answered here, in your view?
First of all, Crofty, and thanks for the glowing introduction, I just want to say it's a real privilege to be here, and I can't wait to see what this competitive field has in store for us this season. Now, to answer your question, obviously there's the question of performance in race trim, but really this is going to be all about reliability. It's the first Grand Prix of the season, don't forget. You're pushing all your new components to their limits. Formula One cars are full of very sophisticated but also very sensitive technology. So the most important thing today is to get to the end of the race, keep everything in good condition and try to stay out of trouble while you're at it.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Nico Rosberg will start his silver arrow from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Felipe Massa and Bottas, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Sainz and Roman Grosjean, Kvyat, Alonso, Jenson Button and Hülkenberg, Gutierrez, Perez, Jolyon Palmer and a Renault, Ericsson and Nasser, Pascal Wehrlein and Rio Haryanto completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to F1 2016 Career Mode. In the Renault, starting from P18 on the grid. Here's a look at the two different strategies that the team would like us to have a look at employing for the race. We've got the high tyre management one, which is obviously drive around, try and conserve your tyres as much as possible, don't take too much life out of them, get to the end of the race with one stop, soft tyres onto the medium tyres, or the low tyre management one, which is basically drive as hard as you can but make an extra pit stop on the two sets of options, and then the soft tyres. You can see me having a little play around with there because I didn't actually know what I was doing. Let's go ahead and get into the formation lap. Formation lap, quite an interesting addition they've added to this game. I can see league races going tremendously well. Or online sprint races going tremendously well with our teammate Palmer on the yellow mark soft tyre, so he must have gone for the first of the two strategies. Not quite sure what he was doing there. We're going to have to forward to get back up to the pack. Down into turn 3. We're in this lovely looking Albert Park circuit. We've got to be really careful with the AI during the formation lap, just in case they do have a rather silly moment where they brake far too sharply and you run into the back of them. Or they do that and you have to avoid them for your life. Down to what I believe is the third fastest part of the racetrack. And lo and behold, we've hit the back of our teammate on the formation lap. And boom, they have removed us from the rest of the lap. So let's go ahead and skip the rest of the lap. Not entirely sure what happens if you don't skip it, but anyway. 5 lights. And away we go. Gutierrez getting a poor start. We got a very, very good start. Quite a few positions. Even more going into turn 1. We're up to 11th, so that's 7 places up. Make that 6 because Kvyat's just passed us on the run down into turn 3. We're going to have another look at passing a couple of people. And we do get Kvyat. No, we don't. A pretty decent start. As you can see, our projected finishing position, or the one that the team want us to finish, is 19th. We're already doing quite a good job there as we lock up into that corner. I must say I am really struggling with the brakes on this game. A lot more so than 2015. Not entirely sure why. Which is why I'm a lot further down the field than normal. But we'll get used to it. So I will just throw out there that I apologise if the races that I bring to the early stages of this aren't very good, or we're quite low down. I know the qualifying live stream didn't last very long because again I sort of crashed out that. Move forward to lap 5 when Alonso's trying to get past us into turn 1. He's got the DRS. Moving the inside, which he takes. Slight contact. He's given us far too much room there, and we've taken the place back again. That's 16 of 29. We're still on those option tyres. This is the second stint. Gutierrez dives for the inside rather stupidly and spins off the track. And the virtual safety car is deployed because of that incident. And yeah, I will again throw a disclaimer out there that I didn't again know what I was doing with the virtual safety car. This is the first time I've ever seen it in game, so like I said, I didn't watch any videos of the game prior to it coming out yesterday. So I had no idea what to expect or how close I could get to the back of the Kvyat. But it, of course, as you can see, tells us off if we get too close. Delta is on the top right hand side as to how close we can actually get to the back. There you go, it goes red, meaning obviously you're too close. And there's the VSC ending. So back up to racing speed. And up ahead you see Valtteri Bottas out of the race. I'm assuming that was one of the engine failures that we've seen. That 18 and 29, we've got Jensen Button trying to attack the back of us. Make that Sebastian Vettel. Around the other side. We're gonna contact and into the barriers and out of the race. Both of us. Here's an onboard replay of what happened. Vettel goes to the outside of the track. keeps his car in when it shouldn't. Probably need a better angle than that to actually see who's to blame for that. So here we go. There we go, side by side. That was ahead, but I've got the inside line, and we just meet in the middle. Both of us out of the race. Now I'm making my way back into the pits on the back of the scooter.
A great win then for the Mercedes team today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well though, there's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
And there we have it, that's the Australian Grand Prix over and done with. Unfortunately a retirement. And so I'm just taken aback by just how blurry this podium is. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a like
and after this
if
round
you did.
Of the World Championship,
here's how the Drivers' Championship looks.
Lewis
Hamilton
takes
leading
over the lead of the
Rosberg,
Drivers'
there,
Championship
Verstappen third,
after an excellent
Raikkonen
result.
fourth,
Moving
Massa
on to the
fifth,
driver of the day then.
Hulkenberg sixth,
Anthony Davidson,
Grosjean
who would you
seventh,
go for?
and Kvyat
My driver of the day was Nico Hulkenberg. He did a cracking job moving through the field and just highlighting
Alonso
why he's so
Knight
highly
and Perez
rated in
10th,
the
so we
paddock.
would have been
And
right
now
in there
let's take
actually.
a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. That's it for today's Grand
So
Prix.
yeah,
And from
next
Anthony,
one will
it's
be
goodbye
the
and see you
qualifying
again
for
next time.
Bahrain. I do hope to see you in the live stream when I do live stream that.